You my boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked you to go to my ex
Mm-hmm.
and pick up my son.
Yeah.
And you show up and he crashes out. What's your move?
So I'm gonna get back in my car and leave.
So
That's what
you're
I'm
not gonna
doing.
pick up my child?
I ain't finna fight that man over his son.
Why wouldn't you do what I asked you to
No,
do?
I'm not about to fight that man over his son.
Well, it's not about fighting him, but I mean, I think
Okay,
as a
what?
man, you should be able to have a conversation with him and be able to pick up the child.
Okay, we have a conversation. He say no. Then what?
What do you mean? Then what?
You say you need to be able to have a conversation,
Mm-hmm.
right? Okay, I have a conversation with him, and he say no. Then what? What's my next move?
What you mean? What's your next move? So
Yeah,
then you just wouldn't get my child.
yeah, I'm gonna get back in the car and go. That's his child too.
So I've been at work all day, and
Hmm.
then when I get off from work, I'm gonna have to go get the child from over there
Yeah,
because you couldn't go over there and address with him that you're picking up the child.
you gonna have to go over there and get the child. I'm not gonna. What you want me to go rip the child from the dude?
No, I don't want you to rip it, but I want you to be
And
able to
then
have a
and get
conversation
it.
with him to say you're there to get the child and y'all come to some agreement as men and you pick up my
Say,
son.
bro, I'm here to get the child.
Yeah.
You not no, you can't get my child. Then nah, bro, I'm here to get the child, man. It's Caprice's turn to have the child. It's our turn to have the kid. So I'm here to pick him up. She sent me over here to get him now. Man, you gotta get up off the child. Nah, nah, you not getting my child. So then what I'm supposed to do?
So you're gonna just leave
I'm just gonna get in the car and back out. That's exactly what I'm gonna do.
and come home without my
I'm
child.
backing out.
Where
I'm
you
backing
sleeping at?
out. I'm gonna sleep in the bed.
Where at who house?
At my house.
Not
Well, you
without
think I'm
my
gonna get
son.
shit crazy? Man, that's crazy.
Hmm.
And you know what? A lot of females think like that.
Hmm.
They think, man, you got to be a fool to go over there and fight with this man over a child. But a lot of dudes do that. I've seen a lot of dudes, especially if the daddy hadn't, he hadn't been in a child's life a whole lot.
Hmm.
Then he feel like, you know what? I'm his father now. Damn
Hmm.
him, I'm his father now.
Hmm.
You know what? I got me. No, bro. No, no, no. Anytime that man come back in that child life, 9 times out of 10, you need to start easing back.
So what's the solution?
The solution is go home and let you work it out with him.
So
That's the solution.
let's try this.
Matter of fact, I ain't going back over there.
Let's try this.
Don't even ask me to go back over there because I'm not going back over there. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I'm not going back over there. Don't ask me to go back over there. Period.
So this is the thing that I think that can combat all that. When you decide to get someone else in your life, if the person is going to be in your life and you and that person are going to have y'all living together, have a relationship, and they're going to be taking care of the child in your absence or present, or may have to pick it up, the two people should meet. The two women or the two men, however it go, they should meet. Whenever you're doing something out of the norm, the woman should call that man first. So had she just called ahead and say, hey, I won't be able to pick up little Johnny today. I'm going to send Mike, my boyfriend, or my husband. It should be understood because the two men have already met and they have a relationship and they understand each other. They have an understanding of how they're going to show up in a child life. It's called co-parenting. And sometimes you have to be able to do that so that the child don't see adults acting like a fool.
I ain't gonna act no fool, but I don't want to meet. I don't.
Why?
I don't want to do all that, man.
So
Listen,
if
bro.
you're
You
gonna,
know the
let's
time.
just say you marry this woman,
Yeah. I
and you
don't
mean
want
to
to do
tell me that man is going to be a part of his son's life
that. Mm-mm.
and he wants to meet you, you wouldn't want to meet him?
Mm-mm. I don't need the meeting. Cause if he do something wrong, then I'm gonna handle it accordingly.
But no, 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 you got that wrong. Why would you need to handle
I mean,
anything?
I
Because
don't. I
remember, you're
listen.
dating the woman. You're
Have
married to the woman.
if we happen to meet, so be it. I'm not finna call no formal meeting to sit down and, man, my name is such and such and this and such and such. I ain't finna be doing
But
all
you
that,
shouldn't have
man.
to call the formal meeting. In this
That's just
instance,
me.
we're saying the woman marries you and her ex is the child's father. So it's up to her to make sure that her new husband, who's going to be involved in this child's
And
rearing
her
and
son,
life, her son's life, meets the man who fathered the child. He has the right to know who's going to be there with his child. Why would you not want him to know that this man is going to be over there with his child? That man didn't come between y'all. He ain't got nothing to do with y'all relationship not working, but he's decided to be your spouse. He's married you.
that's overrated, man. I hear people say that all the time. That shit overrated. Because listen, okay, you got a new boyfriend or whatever, and that's the new child's stepfather or
I said
whatever,
husband.
or husband or whatever. So what if I say I don't approve of him?
It doesn't matter if you don't approve at that time because we're
So
married
what I
now.
need the meeting for?
Because he's going to be over your son and you may have
Okay.
to interact with him. If there's
How?
graduation, school events, y'all may have to interact together.
And do
He may
what?
be there with your son.
I ain't gonna be interacting with him. He there with the son. I'm gonna be right there. What I'm gonna interact with him for?
Because at the end of the day, he's spending time with your son.
Okay.
And your son should be comfortable enough to know that if you came, okay, so your son come home and you never met the man, know anything about the man, and your son
You
comes
gonna know
over,
something about the dude just cause you pass. And if you're around, you gonna know about the cat. You gonna know who he is. You gonna know. I don't need to be sitting down conversating it up, chopping it up, and
we
all
didn't say
that there, man.
conversating and chopping it up, but the two adults need to meet because you will be over this child's son. First of all, you will want to know what kind of man is over there. So what if your son comes home, come over to your house and say, Mr. Mike said X, Y, and Z to me, you know,
I'm gonna handle it accordingly. Simple as that. See,
but if you knew Mr. Mike, you might know that the child is being manipulative, and you can call Mr. Mike and ask him what happened.
Listen, you know when a child you listen.
That's crazy.
You know when a child BSing and
you
when they
can't effectively co-parent without all parties being involved.
You know when a child is bullshitting and all the time. Now I'm gonna tell you this right now. I'm not finna be over there, and I know that the husband, the stepfather, is telling my child something right. I'm not finna allow my child to come back and pit what he say against what I'm gonna do. Like, listen, bruh, the man told you need to get up and clean your room up, and you over here talking trash. Don't come back over here thinking I'm gonna step in and say, well, you ain't gotta listen to the man. I don't play them games. Because all that's gonna do is give you a sense of entitlement and make you think that, hey man, I don't have to obey nobody. I don't have to obey him, even if I'm right. Well, you're gonna have to obey somebody.
I think that when all parties involved for the care of the child is on the same accord, it makes for effective co-parenting.
Listen,
so everybody involved in that child life should at least at some point say, hello, I'm so-and-so. I'm married to your mom. I'm married to even the woman the man decides to marry or get involved with should be able to talk to the child's mother so that they all understand that what they're trying to do is in the best interest of the child. To be grown adults and say, well, I don't want to talk to him. To me, that means you still got some feelings for that woman. Why? I mean, that man don't know you. He hasn't done you anything. So why wouldn't you be able to meet that man and say, hi, I'm Mike. Hi, I'm Kevin. We married. That's simple. It's simple as that. It's not like y'all got to be best buds or best friends so that when Mike shows up to pick up the child, you're comfortable with it because you know him.
What if I'm not comfortable with it?
Okay.
No, so you tell me what if I'm not comfortable
with him picking up the child after you've met him.
What if I'm not comfortable?
Then maybe you still got some feeling for that woman, and that's something you got to work through. That's something you got to work through.
You saying I need to? What you saying is I need to meet him so I can feel comfortable, and I'm asking you, what if I don't feel comfortable?
So what would make you not comfortable?
That's not the question. That's not the question. That's not the question. You just asked me a question with a question. Answer the question. What if I'm not comfortable with him?
Then you need to figure out why you're not comfortable with meeting someone who's caring for your child that never did you anything.
What if I met him and I'm not comfortable with him?
Then you need to figure that out. Why wouldn't
you? No. If I meet the guy and I'm not comfortable with him, then what do I do? Because my point, my point is this. Listen, whether or not you meet the guy, she with the guy. Ain't nothing you gonna be able to do about that.
Correct.
Nothing. So I don't need to sit down and be like, man, I want to make sure that you such and such kind of guy.
No, I didn't
man,
say that. I say
all
meet
that,
the person who's going to be with your child, taking care of your child, living in the house with your G.
Do something wrong, then I'll handle it.
That's
as long
so
as you're
crazy.
doing the right thing, then we good.
That's so crazy. That's the problem right there.
Cause let it be telling, man, you start
those kind of men still have an issue with the woman.
You start listening.
They still want the woman, and they still tied up in their feelings behind that woman.
I met a chick one time. She was a travel nurse. Her ex-husband, she had split up with her husband.
Get the story right.
And she had a new boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
So Thanksgiving came around. Okay, so her family had a Thanksgiving dinner at the house. Now she was on a travel assignment. The two dudes was at the house celebrating Thanksgiving with the kids and her family. See, my point is, these females are have you doing all kind of crazy shit, man. I ain't about to be doing all that. Oh, you need to meet this person. Oh, you should be friends with my exes. Oh, I don't want to be friends with none of them.
I didn't say anything about being friends with them, but you should know who's living in the house with your child.
Yeah, I know who living in the house with him.
You ain't.